50 multiplied by 10, 500,000, right? But 500,000 don't sound like a lot. You guys say 500,000. It sounds better, right? So I was so lucky that a trainer here helped me to secure $500,000 protection for my family. That was the very first plane I have, right? And the 20 rule, right? The 10-20, right? The 10-20 rule is that whatever your income is, you multiply that by 20, and that will be how much you will need, right, to get through retirement. Okay, so it's a simple rule to follow, and I found out, you know, a lot of people, they are easy to remember, right? So you look at your situation. If you don't have 10 times protection, right, and you don't have 20 times your income for retirement yet, I'm so glad you're here, right? Yeah. Okay, and the last concept I want to talk to you about is something that the industry called the Rule of 72. It deals with the magic of compounding interest. Basically, you take the number 72 and you divide it by the rate of return, whatever your money is earning. Okay, so I give you an example. Let's say somebody put money in a vehicle, maybe a banking vehicle somewhere that earned 4%. So you would take 72 divided by 4, right? And that will give you the number of years it will take for your money to double. So for the young lady sitting right there who's 29, right? Who's 29 here? All the young ladies, right? Yeah. Wow, the moment you raise your hand, the lights dim. I don't know if it's a sign or what. But if you're 29 years old, you have $10,000, right? And you put somewhere at 4%, it takes 18 years. So by the time you're 47, 18 years later, your 10,000 will double because of compounding interest. That means you put 10,000 away somewhere, you don't touch it, right? You don't take it out, but you also don't put any more money in. You just leave it there, right? And it's going to double in 18 years. The following 18 years, when you're 65, the money will double again, right? The reason why they call it the magic of compounding interest is because the first 18 years, you only earn 10,000, right? But the following 18 years, you earn 20,000 more. Does that make sense? Same period of time, but it compounds. So how many of you have another 18 years, like double 3 times? Anybody in here? You wish, right? Me too, right? And so that's if you earn that 4%. Now, where most people put their money, most people I meet, I find out they put their money somewhere like a saving account, checking account, maybe earning like 1% or less, right? So if you earn 1%, how long does it take for double? Yeah, very simple, right? 72 divided by 1, right? Yeah, your lifetime. In fact, most people don't live till 72, right? But let's say a different example. What if you're able to earn 8%, right, on your money? So the money will double faster. So again, you take 72, divide that by 8. How many years is that? That equals 9 years. So the same person at 29 years old with the same amount of money, right? But the difference, because of they'd be able to double 1, 2, 3, 4 times instead of just twice, right? So they ended up with 160,000, right? A last example, if somebody be able to earn 10%, if you're wondering, say, why he talk about 10%? Why can't I get 10%? Well, I'm glad you're here. Be a member and you will learn, okay? Yeah, those are some of the privilege here, right? But that same person, 29 years old with the same amount of money, but what the difference now at 65 is 320,000. What's the difference between 40,000 and 320,000? I think it's the difference is somebody 65 years old with 40,000 maybe worry a lot about their future. And somebody 65 with 320,000 extra lying around somewhere, maybe don't have to worry as much. Does that make sense? Right? So, do you know how money works? Do you know how to let the money work for you? For a 43B, 457 plane, you know, according to a recent AARP survey, 71%, this is more than 2 out of 3 people, right? 2 out of 3 people don't even know that they pay fees. There are costs involved with their retirement account. And these costs might cost them a fortune. Maybe can erode 30% of their account balance over their lifetime. Right? Do you know how to roll over your retirement account so that it can work better for you? Do you know how mutual fund work? When I first heard the word mutual fund many years ago, I didn't have a background in finance. I thought a bunch of people get together and have fun, you know, mutually, right? Yeah. But, you know, today I'm so glad I learned, you know, about money and how money works. Do you know that money left in a saving account may be losing purchasing power over time? In other words, you're not getting as much for your long life without adequate income. I believe that with understanding and proper protection, we can build up a proper retirement. Do you know about life insurance? Do you know the difference between a term, a whole life, right? Universal, variable, or index life? Do you know that your life insurance at work may not be able to follow you when you're not working there anymore? Right? Do you know whether you are even insurable, or maybe you're not underinsured, not insured enough? Right? I have a friend, my best friend actually, living in Houston, Texas. When he was 36 years old, the most unfortunate thing happened to him. He had a heart attack. Out of the blue, shocked everybody. We look at him, he looks so healthy, right? And find out later on. Have you heard about second to die policy, key person, executive bonus, right? Do you know about the tax advantage of insurance policy, where you can let money grow tax deferred, access it tax-free withdrawal or income, and leave the money you haven't touched to somebody else income tax-free as a death benefit? Do you know about that? Or you're like my mom, buy a policy, throw it into a closet, pay the bills every month, right, and never understand about it. You can learn how to protect your family correctly. Do you know about, let's talk about tax, okay, of tax. No, I don't think anyone wants to pay a dime more, right, than what they have to, okay? But if you want to volunteer to write to a check to Uncle Sam, you know you can, right? Yeah, the treasury always open to take your money, right? But depending on where you put your money, it will fall into one of three tax categories. One, we call tax now. What that means? That means you make money, you pay tax now, right? Second category called tax deferred. Most of those are long-term retirement account. You don't pay taxes now in those accounts, but later when you take money out, you will pay tax, right? In fact, the IRS, they love those vehicles because they don't want to tax you now. Your money too little now. They want your money to grow first, right? Because the more you grow, the more tax they get, right? Called tax later. Tax advantage means you can let the money grow, right? Later on you access it, right? Without paying taxes, right? So we don't have time to go into individual, plan today, but I bet any of our members will be more than happy. You run out of money. Do you know that annuities, not only you can defer tax, but it can guarantee you a lifetime income stream, right? Have you ever heard of somebody named Ben Bernanke? You heard of him? He used to be, right, the Federal Reserve Chairman. What does a Federal Reserve Chairman do? Do you know? That person responsible for the money flow in this country, right, and responsible for the financial stability, right, of the nation. Do you know two of his biggest accounts, money that he saved, right, is in annuities, right? What if you live a long time but your health is not good? You need something they call long-term care. Right? Do you know the cost of long-term care is unaffordable for most people? And that over 2 out of 3 people will need some form of long-term care. Do you know of what certain plan they call final expense? And it's available even for people with certain health challenge, right? Some of the plan also have what they call concierge service that can help you with funeral arrangement, right? Anyone here want to arrange a funeral? No, I don't think anybody wants, right? Yeah, unfortunately, I had to do that when my mother-in-law, had a stroke and ended up passing away. Not fun at all, right? I love it somebody else help with that, right? Do you know the difference between Medicare Supplement, Medicare Advantage, right? Do you expect the government or do you expect your children to take care of your future? If they do, great, but I definitely don't count on that, right? By the way, a lot of people, thank you for congratulating. In fact, because now I have 4 kids, this is one of my big concerns. I pay attention to this area, right? Do you know that this year, the tuition, in fact, I don't know how this is even legal, right? How do people afford? In fact, most people cannot even afford this anymore. You know that? So what do? They take out something called loan, right? Do you know that right now the college loan, right, debt, right, reached over $1.2 trillion. Surprisingly, more than what people owe on their credit card and automobile loan, right? The only thing this nation owes more of is mortgage, right? So I think something wrong with this picture, don't you think? There got to be a better, cost-effective, tax-efficient way to fund a college education. But it's not easy. Unfortunately, many people, they just don't want to even think about it. Because they think if they don't think about it, it don't exist, right? But that not the way it works, right? It's important for us to understand not only about the college cost, but also the administration process, how financial aid works, how we can maximize, the financial aid process and navigate through the complex college funding system. You can understand and participate in this area, college planning. We cannot put so much effort in raising our kids and don't put enough energy willing to look into college planning, right? We have to take charge of our children's future. Let's talk a little bit about protecting your future. Do you know that without proper planning, right, everything that we have may not work out the way we want. For example, if something happened to me and my wife, God forbid, right? Who take care of my 4 kids? I don't know if my family will or my wife's family will, but I think both families, they love the kids so much, right? I don't want them to fight over the kid, right? So I think it's always good to document things beforehand, right? What if I leave everything I have to somebody, my kid that might be only 18, 19, 20 years old? How do you keep them from spending that inheritance within 1 week, right? A month or a year, right? What do 18, 19, 20-year-old do? Right? What's on their mind? Parties, friends? They can spend that, no matter how much you leave for them, right? They can spend it very quick. How do you stop that from happening? Right? Who do get the property that we have or run the business that we have? Right? Who inherit all the money that we have in our bank account? Right? How do we, I told my wife, I said, we're so lucky, honey. We only have 1 daughter, 3 sons, right? She said, why are we so lucky? I said, because we only got 1 daughter. If we got 2 daughters, they might fight over your diamond ring, right? Yeah. How do you avoid, right, family from arguing over belonging, right? Who will decide on our end of life decision? I'm so glad the plane landed safely yesterday. I'm so glad I drive safely here yesterday from Cleveland, right? But what if something happened to me and I'm in a coma? What if I don't die, but I don't live, right? Now, who decides that I die or I live, right? I told my wife, I did something we call a healthcare surrogate, right, form. To document what we want, right, when we still able to, okay? So I want to talk to you today about the membership privilege here. To be an associate member of World Financial Group, it does cost $100. I'm so happy. You know why? Because I find out it only costs $100 one time. I pay, I think, $99 for my Amazon Prime membership, right, every year, right? I pay do they have Sam's Club here? Yes? Okay. Yeah, Sam's Club take a lot of our money down south too. So they have them here too, right? But that's something we pay every year, right? We renew, right? But this, I'm so glad it's a one-time. And the moment we a member, we already can benefit immediately. I want to talk to you about some of those benefits, okay? The moment you're a member, you can benefit from referral income. Anybody here drive a car without car insurance? No, right? We all have that, right? It is required in Louisiana. I don't know about Ohio. Is it required here? Yes? Yeah. Many years ago, it wasn't required. You know that? Like 30 years ago, it was not required. But now I think most states require, right? But you said I buy co-insurance anyway. In fact, I used to buy from a company called State Farm. I don't know if they have that here, right? And I love them, right? But when I become a member here, right, they double check my coverage and they look at all the other co-insurance provider, right, that's available. And they help me move from State Farm to a company called Liberty Mutual, right, Safeco, right? Safeco, which is a Liberty Mutual company. And they helped me save $120 for my co-insurance a year. So it's not much, but I found out just switching, right, I already got my money back already, right? I already saved money, right? But not only that, because I'm a member here, they also pay me a referral fee, right? A referral income, right? And that referral income is ongoing each year, every year. Man, I'm so happy to save money. Anyone like to save money like me? Yeah. I just don't want to spend money, that's all. Yeah. How many people do you know that want to save money on product and services that they already pay? For example, earlier I talked about the mobile phone, right? I have mine with AT&T. I don't know if AT&T operate here, right? But I have mine with AT&T. I found out a lot of people, in fact, everybody in my family has AT&T. But a lot of people down south also have AT&T. Just that AT&T discount alone already saved me and my wife, just the two of us, right? I don't even talk about all my siblings. I have 6 other siblings, right? The family. But already saved us more than $4,000, you know, since I've become a member here, right? So every month they give us 22% discount, you know, on our phone service, right? What if you could take the money you save, what if you save $10 a day, which is $300 a month, and you put that away somewhere and it can generate 8% return growth for you, right? Do you know that in 30 years, you will have over $400,000? What if you're like me and able to save even more money, right? That's the first benefit. The second benefit here is the financial classes that you can learn at our financial center. Dealing with many different aspects of finance, from insurance to investment, to health, to education, to estate planning, right? Every aspect of financial service, right? We offer what we call a personal financial strategy to help make sure people plan accordingly, individualized, right, personalized strategy for them to make sure that they can reach their financial goal. Knowledge is definitely wealth, but you won't become wealthy unless you have financial knowledge, right? Okay, and the best benefit here, what I benefit the most here the last 14 plus years is that this platform, they help me to get my professional license. With the professional license, I'm able to share this information with other people and earn more income. So I started here part-time. I had my full-time job at the shipping company, and I'm a member here, right? And I, try to get whatever benefit I can. And I found out that somehow I can make good money here. And so I changed career, right? Which is something I didn't think I will do when I first met the company. But we can help people to build a professional business in the financial industry. Help them get licensed and help them get contracted, get appointed, with some of the biggest names in the industry. Have you ever heard of Transamerica, right? Prudential, right? I think Nationwide, they're based here in Ohio, in Columbus. How many people here from Columbus? I met a few earlier. Awesome, glad you're here, right? Nationwide, somebody told me that if you live in Columbus, you either work at Nationwide or you know somebody work at Nationwide. Is that true?
Yes.
They employ, I think, like over 40,000 or something like that, people in that one city. How many people in that city? 41,000? I don't know, right? Yeah. Right? And we have a proven track record, right? In fact, I'm not sure how many companies out there in the world can say what I'm about to tell you. That our payroll, what we pay our associate, right, is more than $10 million a week, right? $10 million every week paid to our associate member, right? And I'm just one of the blessed, I feel very lucky, very blessed one of over 4,700 people that have a chance to make a six-figure income here. In fact, those of you who stay here for this afternoon, you're in for a big treat because there are some people that are sitting here in the crowd that are extremely, extremely successful, and you're gonna have a chance to learn more, right? Being a member here, okay? So those of you who are not member yet, if you want to become a member after, right, just let us know. That way you can also stay back, okay, and get the membership training, okay, this afternoon, okay? Anyone love to travel the world like me and my wife? Yeah, just a few months ago we had a chance to come back from Spain. Last year we had a chance to go to Hawaii twice, right? We also visited Thailand last year, Singapore. Last year, the year before that, we were in Paris. The year before that, I had a chance for the first time. I was born in Vietnam, but I was raised in the US. But first time I ever had a chance to go back to Vietnam, right? How would you like to travel and somebody else pay for it? Man, this is awesome membership privilege, right? In fact, just 3 weeks ago, I had a chance to come back from New York. I'm so glad. I go to New York. I even took my mom and dad on that trip, right? And man, I come back. They give me a check to deposit, right? Thank you, JB. You know, next year, I'm so excited about 2016. I already have my year planned out. February, we'll be in Hawaii. I've been in Hawaii a number of times, but I've never been to this island. I think they call it Kauai or something like that. Right? What they call it? Do that. We are in a multi-trillion-dollar industry, and we are backed by a multi-billion-dollar company. Right? World Financial Group, we are a Trans-America company, right? And this platform is today one of the fastest growing platforms in this industry. We want to help solve the consumer dilemma of lack of understanding, lack of planning, and lack of support. Again, I'm going to summarize what I talked earlier, and I'm going to wrap, this is my last slide, I'm going to wrap up here. Right? Here, as a member, we can compare different financial product and service, find ways to reduce our debt and increase our saving. We can get educated with finance, learn about money, how money works, and manage our own money. We will have privileged access to financial information that used to be only reserved for certain people. Right? We can build a business, educating other people on how to build their financial foundation. And we can definitely become financially independent and travel the world. With that, I believe we have everything to gain right here with WFG. I hope today, the brief time that we have a chance to spend this morning with you, I hope that you see something that I saw back in 2001. If you do, possibly not only we can help you as a member to save money, to make money, but possibly maybe we build something big together, right? You heard of a guy named Bill Gates before, right? I'll leave you with this quote. He says something like this, right? If you're born poor like me, right, it's not your mistake. So I'm so glad not my mistake, right? Right? But if you die poor, it's your mistake. Okay? Don't make a mistake, okay? Be a member here, and we travel the world together. Okay, thank you for your time.